Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to introduce you to one of your math choices for this week, and this is called a multiplication choice board. So every day this week, we want you to choose some things to do for math, and one of your choices is to practice multiplication facts in some way. So this slide here is called a choice board, and each of these boxes has something different for you to do, and you can choose which one you want to do. But there's enough to do one or two each day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And this is how it works. If this comes up, if this is called a slide, and if it comes up really small, you can come to this and you can make it bigger. So that kind of made it too big, but it depends on what your computer looks like. But that's how this magnifying glass can help you if this is too small when you open it. Then in each box, there's something to do. So say you want to practice the sixes, there's a song. So if you click on that, it will take you to a song, the skip counting by sixes song that we've been using. And then there's also something called the slideshow activity. So that's for the sixes, the sevens, the eights, and the nines. There's one for each of them. So I'm going to show you how the slideshow works in case you're not familiar with it. So these slides, it takes a second to load. So just be patient with it. So these slides are going to help you practice different multiplication fact families. So this is the sixes slide. So over here is like your table of contents. And when you want to move to the next slide, you can either click the arrow on your keyboard or you can click right on this. See how that turned like a peach color? That means I'm using that. The directions for this slide say complete the skip count by sixes, click in the empty circle, and add the correct number. So I'm going to come here. I'm skip counting by sixes. 6, the next number would be 12. So I click, and it turned blue. Now it took a second. So then I'm going to type my answer in there. When I go to the next circle, I click again. I type my answer in there. So that's how you're going to complete that page, which is click, it'll turn blue, you type. On the following page, it's asking you to write 2 multiplication and 2 division sentences for an array, and you're going to click in the empty boxes. So it's very similar. You're going to click here. Let's pretend this is, 2 times 6. You would say, click in here and write the 2 multiplication sentences. So here's 2 times 6 equals, and you're going to type in the number. I'm going to take that out. And then you're going to do the other multiplication fact that could match this array. And then you're going to do the 2 division sentences that correspond with that array. So it's the same. You just click on the box and type your number. The last one is called a drag and drop. Sorry, Mr. Ames is doing some molding work upstairs. That's the saw. And so for this, there's the problem, 6 times 3. You're going to go find the answers in these bubbles. So let's imagine it's 18. So it's just a little bubble. If I click on it, do you see how my cursor, here's an arrow, and then it turns to a double arrow? When it turns to that double arrow, that means it's ready to move. So you click and hold it, and you drag it across, and you just put it in its spot. And you match up all of those. Okay, I'm going to put that back. You get them all done. When you're all done, you come to the last slide, which is just to remind you to go into it and click mark as done, and it will let your teacher know that that is what you practiced for today. So that is one of your options for multiplication fact practice this week.